iValue team. Thank you for giving us an opportunity to come down here in Goa and be with you all lovely people here. I didn't want it to come in this court, but yes, some decorum has to be maintained. So I'm sure that after this meeting, we'll be in a very different attire, correct? So Pradeep, very nice presentation. I know why, and I'm convinced that it is more than 800 gigs of throughput. I could see, and I'm definitely sure that I will also be able to go and sell some switches for you on the lighter side. So guys, iValue has been a distributor for FireEye for a long time. Your CEO, Shrikant, he was the country head for FireEye till a couple of years back before he joined you. And incidentally, I had the privilege of working under him, under his leadership when I was in Symantec in Mumbai long time back. So I know this year it's a revolution. You're talking about getting to the next level, step up, those kind of things. I'm sure that the next year it will not be a Formula 1 race, it will be a rocket. The growth that I can see and the opportunity that I can see with iValue here, and I have been interacting with this team. I'm very close to the team. Among the distributors, among the partners that I work with, I love working with iValue because of the people. And this is not because you have invited me here. This is from bottom of my heart because my ex country head is here. He is your CEO, and there's always a soft corner towards you. Now coming back to Trellix, Trellix is the merger between, if most of you may be knowing about it, but for the others who are not aware about this, it's a merger between McAfee and FireEye. So both this brand are very old brands, FireEye being more than 10 plus year old company which bought the concept of ATP in the industry, and McAfee being an erstwhile antivirus company which has been there for more than 3 decades. So last year STG Group decided to buy both the company and they decided to merge both the company. Now there is a lot of synergy which comes with these equations, correct? We saw a presentation which were by some companies which were trying to prove their points. I don't want to name them, but you know them, they are proving their points. We are not a point solution. We don't work on a point solution. When we go to the customer, we try to give a complete solution to the customer. Right from an XDR, we are the only company which is calling ourselves as an XDR company. When I say XDR, we are looking at the entire framework. Today, no company, be it Palo Alto, be it any of the competition we are talking about in the industry, is calling themselves as a product company or a solution company. We proudly, when we're talking about the Trellix, the X in the Trellix is the XDR. So we are talking completely about the XDR framework, in which, yeah, definitely there will be multiple solutions which will go in. And today we are the only company which has more than 700 different integration done and dusted. Today the industry is facing a major problem. The major problem faced by the industry is twofold. One is getting a resource. Believe me, if your HR people are here, ask them how hard it is for them to hire a good resource, a good technical person, a good salesperson. It is really very hard. The average industry stage has gone down, the salaries have gone up, and if people don't get a quality work, they are there to leave the company. They will not stay for a long time. So first of all, you have to manage whatever you have. You are not getting the kind of budgets that used to be there in the past. So you have to manage your people and you have to manage whatever you have, correct? And number of solutions, the point solutions are increasing. Everyone in the industry, because security is the most complex industry. If you plot it, there will be no space that will be available for us to see on this map. Every pixels will be one company. Every pixel will be one company there. Now imagine the IT people managing those kind of solution. It's a nightmare for them. So what we are trying to do is twofold. One is simplify that. Simplify that by giving a single dashboard. Simplify that by giving a solution which can work together overall. So today, a lot of companies are looking to reduce the number of point products that they have. That is one. Second thing, they don't want so many logins. Imagine you have so many logins. How are you going to manage them? It's different username, different password, different console. You have to get people trained on everything. What if I can give you a single console wherein you can manage 10 products together? So that is where Trellix as a company is heading. We have more than 20 different products which can integrate. We are one of the pioneers when it comes to few of the products that that are there in the industry as of now. Yes, the merger which happened a year back took us a little back, and I'm not just to accept saying that yes, we were hit back, because every merger is not that easy. Mergers take a lot of time. It takes a lot of resources. You have to change the culture of the company. The culture has to get evolved. With our CEO, Brian Palma, we have done that. We have gone through that difficult phase wherein the mergers and equations any company goes through. And it was not an equation, it was a merger. It was a like-to-like merger between McAfee and FireEye. So yes, those things are important. Second important thing is, what are you looking at in a company? You are looking at a company which is simple to sell, easy to sell, And in security, the major part is, like my friend from Arista was telling, maintaining and supporting the customers. So what we have done for that, we have merged our renewal and customer success team. Now, what used to happen in the past, and you may be knowing about it, when you go for a renewal, you normally end up renewal 1 month before the date, correct? The due date. And then you come to know, hey, there are so many problems. And sometimes I have seen in my earlier company, the product itself is not installed because someone has bought the product 3 years back. And then you go after 2.5 years, the management has changed and they say, hey, do we have such kind of product? How am I going to renew it if I have not installed it also? And I've seen that. I've seen in some big companies also, because the decision makers and the people who are supposed to install it are different or have changed over a period of time. And change is something which is very constant in our industry. Changes happen very fast. So what we have done is, this renewal team and customer success team, they are responsible for the customer throughout the year. So today, something is not working, something is not happening. Okay, as an account manager, I'm definitely responsible for that. But we have a very strong success and engineering team which is there in the backend who is going to support the customer. What it helps out with, it doesn't only help out with the bug fixing kind of an issue or an issue which is created now, but also issues wherein it is some implementation problems or some major problems which has happened over a period of time. So suppose the customer has implemented a solution, but his policies are nearly 2 years old. Now the new management has come in and he says, hey, my policies are 2 years old. I want someone to look into the policy and update it to the current one. So our team is able to do that. We are able to do that. And we are able to manage that. Most of the OEMs will say, hey, that is not our problem. You have to go to a partner, you have to go to XYZ, or you have to go to a professional services, which is again a cost. No customer is ready to pay a cost for a product which he has already bought, correct? You're not going to pay it again and again and again. And you have not budgeted for it. So we take care of those things. Second important thing is, we as company in Trellix, 40% of our employee workforce is based in India. That's a big thing, okay? Out of the 5,000 employees, more than 2,300 employees are based in India. Now, how it differs? It differs in that way, saying that they know which are our big customers, they understand the customer problem, they understand the local problem. Most of the product development and engineering team is here in Bangalore. What it helps, we have easy access to those people. Those people understand our issues and our problems much better, being an Indian, correct? Definitely our products, the CPO, the Chief Product Officer is Aparna Raisam, she's based out of US, again an Indian origin. And lot of product managers are based in India here, like my EDR project manager is based in Chennai, my DLP product manager is based here, encryption and endpoint product manager is based in Bangalore. So a lot of my leadership and important people who are required for this to understand the customer issue you can bring in front of the customer saying that, hey, this is the issue and we need to go and meet the customer, and they're more than ready to meet them. You can't get a person from US or in Europe to meet the customer, correct, in India. He may come once in a year or twice in a year, and during COVID time that has also not happened, correct? Most of the times it's only a virtual call if something is burning. So that really helps us out. So this is the differentiation that we have compared to what our competition is doing and what we are there. I have here Prashant. Prashant will take you through a little technical stuff. I know it's a little technical, but you'll have to bear with me, because at the end of the day, you are selling technology, I am selling technology. We are into technology business. Without technology, we can't move forward, correct? So all over to Prashant.
Thanks, Ashish. Good evening, everyone. Thanks a lot for inviting to be part of your successful journey. I know it's been back-to-back sessions. I will not bore you. I'll try to make as simple as the technical and make it very crisp. So Trellix, as we mentioned, right, we want to be focused on XDR. So when we talk about XDR, there are different sensors that helps to build this XDR architecture. XDR is not a solution, or it's a product. It's more of an architecture that we build into the infrastructures of customers, right? So what kind of sensors would help us? What we are dealing, the different products that we have that are helping our XDR architecture. So as I mentioned, I'll not go in deep. I'll just try to touch what are the sensors that are helping for an XDR platform. So as a Trellix, we have focused on specific products that we don't want to go with entire portfolio around the cybersecurity. One is mainly on the endpoint, data protection, email, network, and cloud. So on the endpoint, we have both EPP and EDR technologies, where right from before the attack, during the attack, and after the attack. So before the attack, how solution will help, like the intelligence that we give to the customers, right? The proactive way of handling the threats. So that is how customers ask you, right? Whatever they have done for the downtime, they expect you to have bring the solution back for us. So during the attack, how we help, like before the attack, we give the advisories so that they can ensure that these attacks would not happen, or the campaigns they understand, and they take proactive actions. During the attack, if you see before, it is the visibility that we give as a part of the solution, what are the campaigns that are happening, so that they can take proactive approach. So during the attack, the team might be not fully technically skilled, so they may need a kind of a security team guidance, or it could be some kind of question and answer session where they can be helped by the different engineers, right? So as a part of EDR, we provide that during the attack investigation and response, and after the attack where you would need the forensic detail. That's where we have added the FireEye forensic capabilities into the McAfee solutions, and we built the solution so that together we can build the future directions from one streamlined deployment of deploying EPP, EDR, and forensics from a single management tool. And also the management consoles would be one. So I know as a company we have started together, the customers would expect where they're using different solutions. So that's where we started building a single pane of glass management system where all these products can be managed together, be it the old company products. And the state-of-art endpoint security solutions as a part of these packages that comes give you reasonable response actions and proactive approaches, and also the open methodologies that we are using to integrate with the other solutions to extend being a collaborative. So that's how the endpoint security covering the total before, during, and after the attack. Coming to the combination of technologies, right now we have already combined certain technologies. So few of them are in the next pipelines to bring everything into one. So where you would be expecting by Q4 all the products onto the same console. So coming to the NDR, so we have the network detection and response by using the different components in the environment. One is through the IPS at the perimeter, which is taking care of the prevention, and then the the network security, which gives us the anti-APT functionality, and the packet capture, which gives where we can capture every incident that is happening across the network. So combining these three technologies, we have a network investigator which helps providing the machine learning capabilities to take responsive actions on top of this.
Prashant, so I'd like to add on that. So guys, as you know that McAfee as a company was very famous for their IPS. Okay, the nearest competition for them was only Cisco. Okay, and Cisco is no longer a security company. Their focus is not much on security overall. So we have a lot of customers who have been using McAfee IPS. A lot of customers who are using the FireEye NX. Okay, sorry, I'm taking the erstwhile name of the company. I'm not supposed to do that, but for understanding purposes, I'm doing that so that you can understand from where we are coming from. With this merged entity, okay, we have a big opportunity for us to go and cross-sell and upsell to our existing customers itself. Imagine a bank already using an IPS, okay, and very happy with the product that is already being used, and he has a 5 years contract with us. We can easily go and upsell and network ATP and a forensic with him and change the entire landscape with a single console in an NDR concept. So what exactly we are trying to do? Already an existing customer, just go and upsell, give them more features, and with the same dashboard, with a single dashboard, he will be able to use that. Benefit is the sales cycle is smaller for you. The dollars are lying because he's not using similar kind of product from any other vendor, because network ATP normally people end up using only on the firewall, which doesn't look at the east-west traffic and mostly only look at the north-south traffic. So we can upsell plus the forensic capabilities also, which is very important. Any CISO today is looking at forensic capability. Okay, let me give you an example of today. I just misplaced one of my phones. Okay, I went to the reception and asked them saying that can you look into the camera and just let me know if while getting down from the cab was I having an iPhone or my phone in my hand or not, and they just showed me. This is today's example. So forensic is very important, and with IT and with the presentation you have seen that India is the hotbed for all the attacks, correct? Because India is rising, India is shining, okay, and security is moving because no longer the security is confined to the data center. It is moved across. It is to the cloud. It is to the endpoint. So that is very important. So this story is very important, and this is something which will be the growth factor for any company or any partner who is partnering with us. All over to you, Prashant.
So this is how an architecture and high level would look like at perimeter, where IPS and the NX solutions would help, and PX would be sitting at the core to capture the packets, right? So coming to the email, right? Email is one of the heavily targeted vector in any organization. So typically any users would get an email from different domains, different impersonations. So we have two different offerings, which is one is on the cloud and one is on the on-premise. The major difference between those two versions is on-premise we completely give APT, whereas in the cloud we also work as an email gateway, providing anti-spam and anti-email gateway. So on the cloud, when customers place it as an email gateway along with anti-spam, antivirus, we also would be doing the anti-APT, where we would be taking care of lot of things that others miss. One is on the attachments, we do the analysis on the URLs, the post weaponization methods that attacker might have used to compromise the end user, and social media coverages from these apps regularly, that unsubscribe emails that users would get, whether they are unsubscribing it properly. Impersonation attack, like they pretend to be a CEO, CFO, or a different person in the organization and try to send the email. And the multi-stage detection, maybe the attack can be crafted in different methodologies. Maybe one would be from the email and the weaponization would be a different method, right? So all this can be analyzed. And the other advantage is even we inspect the outbound emails as well, whereas we can inspect if any user is trying to do any mischievous thing or anything that is against the organization. These are the functionalities that has been built in the email security. So coming to the data, as you know, data plays a major role in any organization, because the criticality of the data remains same whether it is in on-premise, cloud, or on your network. So we have built an data protection solution, so whereas it can help customers to discover, classify that, and also place the rules with respect to the different type of data that they are dealing with in the organization. To give you a high level view, it is like for the endpoints, network, both from the email and as well as from the web traffic. And for the cloud, we partner with our Sky High Security, which was part of McAfee earlier. Now they become a separate organization where they are providing solutions on the cloud. So from the cloud solutions perspective, with respect to O365 and collaborations, we partner with Sky High Security. This is on the data protection side. Coming to the collaboration security, right? Collaboration security is something where you might be discussing, or you might be sharing some files, or with integration of different applications in the environment. For example, if you see here, these are different type of SaaS based applications that we use in day to day, right? Where other partners or your customers upload some files into that. So the collaboration security integrate with these particular SaaS products, where it can analyze using our IVX engine, kind of sandboxing functionality, and it gives you the it gives you the verdict whether it is clean, malicious, or it can be quarantined, so that the user will not access that file. This is from the collaboration security. And from the last, as I mentioned, all these sensors are helping us to build the XDR, right? So we built the XDR with an certain design principles. One is simplicity. The tool should be simple for an administrator to use in such a way he can take proper detection from it and take responsive actions with respect to all the sensors across the environment. So from the scalability, scaling is something it should not happen, it should not be a rip and replace, or it should not be something needs a lot of migration, correct? So we have built a scalable solution where we built in SaaS, so where it can be expanded according to the customer needs and their use cases. Below we have this data lake, which is on top. We are getting from the Trellix lab all the intelligence where we apply and take responsive actions on that. So this is the high level architecture I'm talking, but however, when we have more customer meetings, we'll be collaborating more on that. With that, I would end this session and hand over to Ashish, and thank you very much for inviting us, and enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you, team. Thank you for patiently listening to this presentation. I know it was a little technical. As I said, it's a technical company, so we have to be a little technical, correct? And second thing, I like you all to pat your back. For Trellix, you are one of the best performing distributor with only FireEye. You were not a distributor for McAfee till February, so you started doing only 2 months back. So I see a lot of growth for you. So please pat your back, being one of the best distributors for Trellix FireEye. And I'll also like to thank all your technical team and sales team who have been helping us across India on behalf of all my colleagues, and all the management who have been very helpful for us to ensure that our orders are loaded on time and deals are closed on time. So thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for your time.